It was that time of year again for Robot Renegades at Maker Faire Orlando 2025, and Team Sharpscales Robotics was all set to make a deep tournament run with 5 robots fighting across 3 of the 4 classes. For this event, the tournament was set up similar to other widely known events such as NHRL and BattleBots, with 3 qualifying matchups followed by a single elimination bracket for the top 32 robots in each class. In addition to this format, there was a slight change made to the inside of the arena that removed what we call the pit from the arena in the single elimination tournament, meaning that there would be more damage taken in each fight as the likelihood of getting a knockout would be much lower. But for now, we will dive into the journeys of 2 of my Antweights, Viper King and Naraban. And to kick off, we will discuss Viper King's first match, which was set to be against Cheap Knockoff, which is what is known as a bristle drive robot that relies on its dual blade setup to generate movement using each of its blades' gyro effect. Let's see how this first match goes.
Right now, that looks like Raider Ball is stopped.
Alright, Beetle. Oh, big hit coming in that
Raider Ball.
I love the shrapnel of the Beetle.
Oh, the Raider Ball is flying. Let's go.
And who was going at it right
And that looks like Viper King.
Yes.
Viper King, and it looks like. Oh no, it's not Cheap Knockoff.
It is Cheap Knockoff.
Cheap Knockoff is in the pit. That's not good at all.
No.
The cool thing about Cheap Knockoff, no wheels on that thing. No wheels on Cheap Knockoff. Just 2 big horizontal stickers.
His propulsion, his engine.
Cheap Knockoff.
Oh, he's out and in the air.
Cheap Knockoff.
Yes, not coming around like you just
Viper King.
Viper King going blow for blow. Meanwhile, the pit of the Beetle as we are looking at it.
I see that one of those horizontal stairs is ripped off of Cheap Knockoff.
Tap in. He is out.
And after a few hits to try and disable Cheap Knockoff or knock them out with some help from the pit, Viper King was able to get its first win and advance to a 1-0 start. Alongside Viper King is my second Antweight that I ever made, called Naraban, who went through a total redesign after going 0-2 in its first event almost a year and a half ago. And since you can only drive 1 robot per weight class at this event, I had my friend Vedant drive Naraban for this event. The first match for Naraban was against another horizontal spinner named Up, which was also a slightly modified scalar kit. Let's see how this first match for Naraban went.
Some of these people are not going home. Remember, this is all qualified over here. This is the first round. Everybody's just right in. We got one on track over there. Oh! Take it on in the end here. Go, go. Oh! A lot of flipping, a lot of destructive. Pieces to and fro. Look at that. Spinner. Oh! Blade to blade. Blade to blade. Oh, I see it. Oh, we calling it no. Pieces optional. Let's go.
Good job, Verdant.
And after a match with huge back and forth knockout shots, Naraban was able to get its first win and also move to a 1-0 start beside Viper King. Moving to round 2, Viper King was given Europa, which was another hard-hitting horizontal spinner that also resembled a scalar kit. Let's see how this second matchup went.
We got the third round.
And then a fourth round and
Oh!
yes, you can salsa and you can start going from that special everything. Yeah. And white coming on the pit.
That's Viper King in there.
And your own. Oh! Who's that in the corner already? Oh, there's a guy they freeze themselves. But at the cost of the body jam, who needs protection? all the aggressive Viper King and Naraban going at it. 130 left, and we're already seeing Daniels and Bartz. Who is that doing the game submission? Is that Viper King?
I believe so. I was seeing it from Europa.
Viper King already taunting.
And with a few small jabs to hinder Europa's mobility, Viper King was able to get good hits on its opponent, which resulted in Europa's weapon getting ejected from its chassis, and led to a knockout that put Viper King at a strong 2-0 start. However, when the fight ended, one side of my drive went down, which frightened me, but after heading back to the pits, the outrunner of the drive motor had simply just caught on the wall of the chassis that separated the electronics from the motor. And while I fixed this, Naraban's second round match was scheduled against a lifter Viper kit called Flip Slayer, and knowing that they had titanium armor that would be hard to break through, the battery was quickly swapped out and Naraban was ready for its next match. Let's see how it went.
A little nervous?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. How's the bot running today?
Pretty good.
Doing great, doing great. How you feel about it? How's the controls get comfortable? Yeah. Now, how many years have you been behind the sticks on the robot?
Almost 7.
And how old are you? So at 13, you've been controlling a fighting robot for 7 years already. How are people supposed to compete with that level of veteran skill? Look at you. You're a pro. You'll be better at driving robots than you ever will be at cars. And that's okay. Most people still can't drive a car. I'm an adult. I still can't drive a car. It's fine. I just fake it every single day. And highway control just challenges me. That's fine. So, you optimistic about the last fight? Who do you fight coming up in the next round?
I don't know yet. I haven't seen it back.
Okay, hold on. Let's check while you're here. Let us check while you're here. You are in plastic? Ant Pro? Yes, all right, Ant Pro. And you are... Oh, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. We don't have Q3 yet. Nope. It's a mystery. We'll have to find out. Are you nervous? Are you nervous? Are you confident? You got this? You take all comers. Let's go. We got this. You're really talking. All right, well, thank you for the interview, Colin. It's great to meet you, man. Shout out to the Palm Beach Bots team. Skylift, captain, pilot, as well as an amazing kid. 7 years of combat robot experience in like a 12-year. Like, it's amazing. This guy, absolutely spectacular. Thanks for the interview, Colin. Come back and tell us how your round went and how your bot's doing tomorrow, man. All right, thanks so much. Yeah, let's go. Back to the action. Big shout out to my boy Colin. I'm going to be pulling drivers in all day long. I even got Team Kraken, Team Gruff. We got Witch Doctor. We got all these amazing big bot teams. Also, not only helping, but spreading awareness of robotic warfare on a small and large scale. Coming up, we've got one battle kicking off right now.
And with a quick hit at the start of the match that hurt Flip Slayer's drive, Naraban spent the rest of the match strategically conserving its weapon and only firing it up to get good shots in, which allowed Naraban to sit alongside Viper King, now at 2-0. For round 3, Viper King was scheduled to fight Chainsaw, which, if recalled, was the robot that knocked out I'm OK from last year's single elimination bracket. And with both bots ready to go, it was time to see which of us could go 3-0 and secure a top spot in the tournament.
He has all the room in the world and he's nothing. And close out Gladiator. I think Gladiator is next.
Alright, well, I guys come out here. Yeah, man.
For now,
When you build it, it's more than
yeah, man, he'll do it.
now there's
All right, we have full-on action ant coming in.
you need to have both in play.
Viper King, Chainsaw, Viper King. Oh! With a knockdown.
Viper King did a great job taking control of his fight. As long as he can stay in control of his fight.
You don't have to control yourself to control the fight, though. We've seen that. I mean, that's Street Fighter Full Combat straight from Sonic.
That's the goal.
You don't have to be in control.
Viper King awakened
You're
me.
in control till you're out of control.
Viper King awakened me along with Team Magnet 24.
Oh.
That's a long drive. Just outside the field, not too far.
1 minute.
You're close to the man coming all the way from US. 1 minute left in this Viper King.
I don't think he's gonna last much longer.
We're doing a little real hug, a little
Viper King said his weapon was a top percentage skill, whatever you want to call it. He's got it dialed in.
This is what you call the 10th version of Viper King. Poised for perfection by Viper King. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's crazy to think that, here's he stuck. He's waiting a little bit. I see some real movement, but can he make himself free from that? Viper King's got to engage. There's some movement in there. He's looking at a free shot and he wants the weapon to do Not on the birthday. Not on the birthday.
At this point in the fight, Chainsaw asked for their one unstick, and while that was happening, I began analyzing my position in the fight, knowing that anything could happen. And with them now unstuck, it was time to finish this match with a bang.
And it seems to reflect sponsor. You're also doing everything to stay right. Oh no! Foo Fighters not moving. Foo Fighter is not moving. This could be the Foo Fighter might have thrown the match as he threw his parts. And that is it. Blossom making the cue. Over here, Viper King Chainsaw coming down to time.
And with that, Viper King finishes the qualifying rounds with a perfect 3-0 record and was expected to get a high tournament seed. Following this close behind was Naraban's third round match against a bot renamed to Hardware in this event. Me and Vedant felt comfortable going into this matchup until I realized it was driven by someone named Peter from Repeat Robotics, who was the actual creator of the original scalar kit, and something just told me that he knew exactly how to disable a bot like Naraban. And knowing we could only do our best in this matchup, we went all in with all smiles and waited for this match to begin. Let's see how it went.
We were already seeing in previews because Universal and all the other parts were here, showing you, not only that, but telling you what the doorway and the gateway to the next technology is and how big for you to be a part of it.
We got two fights going on right now in the gateway. It looks like Werewolf is fighting somebody.
And Robotno and Candy Corn are going at it. You know I don't like Candy Corn, but I love the bot all the same. I got no hard feelings towards the name.
The team hails from the Dropkick Dojo in Jacksonville.
And you can't hit on them, they're always on
He's got a fantastic feature behind him, nothing Jacob Rogers. He's fighting it out in there.
Got a minute left on that, but we're going to move over to the Beetle Arena now.
We got a big fight going on in
Blow
there.
for blow, and I'm hearing bots toss to and fro. It's already on. Getting the flip on. Let's go.
This sounds like a very expensive battle. These Beetleweights are not cheap.
I mean, sometimes you got to build it to break it, and sometimes you got to break it to build it. But these pilots are doing their best and piling it up to the test. I see sparks flying as that weapon is flying across the ground.
Strange and Disassembler, they are rocking it in that Beetleweight.
And after a first hit that disabled Naraban's weapon, the bot was up against the wall for the rest of the fight. Literally. And after a few more great hits, Naraban was disabled and finishes the qualifying rounds with a strong 2-1 record. And with that, day 1 had ended and it was on to day 2 of the event. It was now day 2 of the event, and with the last of the fights of the third qualifying round wrapping up, it gave time for me and Vedant to fix up both robots, and soon enough, it was time for the single elimination tournament. This now meant that there would be no pit in the arena, and also meant that the outcome of each fight moving forward was now solely determined by the level of durability of each competitor and the opponent they drew in each round. As the tournament was solidified, Naraban was placed as the 15th seed going in, and its first matchup was against a robot called Arcanthonus Armatus, a new vertical spinner kit designed by Palm Beach Bots. And with both bots fixed up and ready to go, it was time to see who would move on to the next round. Let's find out who it was.
Oh, you can see Naraban, that horizontal spinner, trying to get up the shoot. A little bit more flat than usual. Oh, I thought I saw something come off from somebody. It might have been just that glare on the screen. And maybe open close and honestly upside down. But that weapon so pretty. That's good. Sparks are flying between these two. look at that. Michael Faire is doing the low down. He's gyroing. That weapon is so powerful. He can't control his own robot. He's just gyroing. Oh, I see he's trying to get the phone on Midas. You see a bite taken out of those wheels. He is definitely chewing on them. Michael Faire needs to line up the shot on Naraban. And Naraban looks like the wheels might be going down. Oh, but speaking of wheels, there goes one off of the edge of Midas. Both robots hobbling across the arena now. It's like watching two guys on crutches try to fight each other. Both have compromised drive. Naraban has a compromised weapon.
Oh my god.
It's hard to tell. It's really not at this point, any engagement you make with your opponent is going to be huge in the eyes of the judges. The first attack, they are detrimental, but right now, it's just not surviving. He needs to ride here. I think the judges might have to get this one here. It might go to Naraban in the last 30 seconds. I'll tell you why, he still has his wheel, but at the same time, Maker Promise, I still don't want to say that. He still has his weapon, and he disabled Naraban first. So will it be Naraban still having more pieces, or will it be the other guy who's able to do it fast? I don't know if I like his game on the performance, but that's the match. There it goes. Another tough one for the judges.
And after a match with a few hard hits that disabled the drive side on both robots and a long discussion from the judges, Naraban was given the win by a very tight split judge decision and moved onwards to the round of 16. On the other side, sitting at 3-0, Viper King was given the number 2 seed and was set to face off against the 31 seed Sikkim, which was also a dual vertical spinner. But upon heading to the arena to get ready for the fight, I learned that the team with Sikkim had decided not to come on day 2 of the tournament, which meant that Viper King was given the automatic win and moved onwards to the round of 16. Now, I would have been very excited knowing both of my robots were now in the round of 16. However, fate can sometimes be very unkind, and since Viper King was the number 2 seed and Naraban was the number 15 seed, they were now scheduled to fight each other in the round of 16. And since Naraban was low on spares and had taken more damage than Viper King, I made the most difficult choice I could make to forfeit Naraban and push Viper King onwards to the quarterfinals. Now in the quarterfinals, Viper King was ready to go to face off against Pushy. And after realizing that the team had transformed Pushy into a copy of its brother bot, Destroyer, I knew that this would be a fight for both speed and durability. Let's see how this quarterfinals matchup went.
Viper King wants himself into the wall. They're taking the match right now. The Viper King, he's got the garbage ability to definitely get this match. He's got to stay near out that vertical center. Is it even running at this point? It's hard to tell if the camera angle, but I really do think that Viper King's center has not found down yet. Pushy's not moving. They're saying the count pushes down. Maybe he's stuck. Maybe he's stuck his product. And here comes the countdown. He's down to 3, 2, 1. And that is a knockdown. Moving on to the next round.
And after many back and forth hits that tested both the durability of each robot, Viper King was barely able to outlast Pushy as one of their wires had squeezed too hard inside their chassis, disabling the bot. I say it was definitely a close call because the battery inside of Viper King had also died as their countdown had ended. Now in the semifinals, Viper King was given a brand new battery, and after retightening some screws, it was all set to face off against... Wait, don't I know you? Viper King was scheduled to face off against Up, who since losing their first qualifying match to Naraban had been on a bit of a rampage, I would say, since looking back to their previous matchups, they had knocked out a lot of the other top seeds in the tournament. And knowing that they were kind of like a scalar kit, I remembered the trouble I had with them in the past and knew that this would not be easy. So I took a deep breath, set Viper King in the arena, and waited for the countdown to begin this crazy semi-final matchup.
The Godzilla phase is still on. We're definitely still fighting. Yeah, well, these things. The first stuff is just the fire thing. Doesn't worry about drive and other things like that. But just the fire. There's nothing safe about that fire. There you go. As long as you have the control, you're the only safe thing. I don't know. The way you tested that lawn, I think you even made the staffing look like it was fortunate. But when you're coming out here for us, that is fine.
There you go. Come on, Nick. Come on. You're right, Nick.
Get on him, Nick!
There you go.
Yes!
Yeah. Good hit.
Come on, Nick, keep going!
Get it. Go, Nick. Can't move.
You can swing this weapon.
Count him out.
And with small testing jabs at the start, followed by huge back and forth collisions between both bots, Viper King was able to get a knockout and advance to the finals for the third time in 2025. And it was all set to face off against none other than Cheesy Disaster. Even though I was very excited to make it this far, this win did not come without cost, since those fireworks on the ground throughout the match, created by Up's blade, meant that it was ground scraping, meaning that those hard hits that had sent Viper King flying had also ripped up the front wedges, and since Cheesy was basically an indestructible block of cheese, and with no spares to replace the wedges on my bot, I did what any expert would do and covered the forks with duct tape, hoping to keep some ground game. And after applying a proper proportion of my seemingly infinite duct tape roll, Viper King was ready to give it its all in this finals matchup. Let's see how this finals Antweight matchup went.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire robots, fire! Here we go! Get it on tonight! Cheesy Disaster on the aggressive, but Viper King is ready to fight and say night-night. No queso off front pot, let's go! Put it in the flow, Viper King is yes indeed. Again, Cheesy so radical of aggressive box here, immediately on the hunt on Viper King, giving Viper King no opportunity to get that weapon system up and flying, but Viper King is square up. Shout out to the side game moving through the crowd. Be sure to make some noise! Let's go! He's on his way. It is final time. Let's go! From the crowd.
Come on, Nick!
Cheesy with a little wap, and Viper King says, how are you?
I see you. Box of
There you go. There you go. There you go. Get on him.
Yeah.
That might be the first time I've seen you direct hit in all three. He's been aggressive with the first time. Oh, no. I've been bouncing on the area. I've never seen straight bounce.
There you go. Right there, right there. Get him, Nick.
Doing the dance, the Simone Biles, that's been inspired
Yeah.
all day long by no one. It's not how you feel. How you feel is every 15 seconds left in the
Come on, baby. Take your home, take your home. There you go.
3, 2, 1.
And with that, Viper King claims its third runner-up finish in 2025. And even though I didn't get first place, I still had a blast seeing all of my friends and family at this event and seeing just how far this team has come. And with the 2025 season coming to a close for the year, I have already gotten Viper King and Naraban ready for their next event in 2026. Until then, let's go Team Sharp Scales Robotics.
A lot of damage coming up.
This is going to be a rough one, John.
Alright, here we go. Robots fight and they are going at it. Oh, they go early. A 3-lap out. Oh, that's not. There we go. Flying early on. They go upside down. So now we have an unrecognized standing. It's all things that they're there. Now the Roman's not really moving. It looks like it's all the I think the guy from another lap. Another hit. Great move. Spacing there. Oh, it's cutting into it. You don't want to come away from this three-legged match in a oh, look at that. That's all right. Oh, no. Let the wheel come off. Judy Brown down the road. You don't need that wheel. Just keep on driving. Let's go. Everything I've heard in Orlando says wheels are optional. That doesn't help. You stay away from the construction is not optional. Construction is not optional. We are here. Ooh, big shout out to Can I Kill? How we doing? I know you're a big part of it. Yeah, everybody make some noise for Can I Kill? She's all the way in Alaska. That's how we know the live stream is working. The whole Robot Records family spread out far and wide. All 50 states to keep it alive. Hi, Can I Kill? We miss you here. There's a ton of joy. We miss you guys so much and we hope you make it back. Everybody having a good time? Say, oh yeah! Let's go!